Thank you for coming to the budget proposal, Mayor Rosas. So with that, let me introduce our 41st Mayor of the City of Dunkirk, the Honorable Mayor Willie Rosas.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you for coming here today as we commence the presentation of our 2020 budget process. Let me begin by thanking all of the division and department heads. This process is not something that the mayor does alone. He does with input and feedback from all of our department heads, as well as some of the division heads. It's been very helpful to me to hear some of the issues that we're going through in all of our divisions across the city. The city of Dunkirk is moving forward and becoming a destination for families and businesses and visitors. I'm here today to tell you that we will continue to move forward with determination and dedication towards seeing continued progress for our city. This proposed budget is one on which I have worked hard to remove any unnecessary spending, and every line has been analyzed to ensure the most efficient use of taxpayers' money. Since coming into office in 2016, I have practiced fiscal responsibility. Policies and procedures have been developed and implemented that protect the integrity of the budgetary process, and we have realized a balanced budget allowing us to operate more efficiently. My major focus over the past 4 years has been to work with federal, state, and county agencies, as well as private businesses, to bring in added revenue into the city. The added revenues and controlled spending will help alleviate much of the loss of revenue as a result of the closing of NRG. When I presented my 2019 budget, I spoke to you about my outreach to the Appalachian Region Commission for their help with regard to the NRG site. As you know, we secured a grant for a feasibility study that will provide development options and how to best repurpose that site. While realizing the loss of NRG, we have not only made strategic changes in our spending, but we have worked to add revenue as well. We are the sole supplier of the North County Water District, which is projected to bring in another $500,000 annually. Additionally, the LED project that is scheduled to be completed very soon will save the city $250,000 annually moving forward. I continue to work with our state leaders for their support of continuing the transitional aid, as well as future funding through the New York State Financial Restructuring Board. I feel strongly that our requests will be met positively. This budget demonstrates our continued efforts to bring in additional revenue. Both our water and wastewater funds are now in the black as a result of the major upgrades that are taking place. With these upgrades, we are now seeing additional revenue due to the growth of our existing businesses, increasing their demand for our services. We expect this trend to continue with new businesses coming on board, such as the Phoenix and the cold storage warehouse, which will be in service very soon. I am continually seeking ways to increase our revenue by working with our business community. One such business, Wells Enterprises Incorporated, recently purchased Fieldbrook Foods and is planning a major expansion in the city. They will increase their staffing by 70 to 100 new employees, all of whom will be making family-sustaining wages. In 2020, we will continue to look ahead for ways to move the city forward. We secured a grant in the amount of $2.5 million for the Central Connections project. This project alone has brought new interest in our downtown, an area that is just beginning to be recognized again as a business district. A ribbon cutting was held just this past week for a new startup business on Central Avenue, and this is just the beginning. We have implemented a small business loan program using CDBG funds that will provide support for new startup businesses as well as funds for existing businesses wanting to expand. Our waterfront and business district development will continue to be a major priority for me and my administration in 2020. With the construction of the cold storage warehouse, the expansion of Wells Enterprises Incorporated, Universal Steel, and Special Metals, along with other manufacturers, jobs are being created. This provides opportunities for housing development and a greater purchasing power for our residents. It is equally important to recognize the Phoenix facility that is being constructed in the town of Dunkirk. This plant will have a major impact on our city by making jobs available to our residents. As mayor and with my management team, I am looking forward to this upcoming year. Just as in the past, we will continue to take advantage of every opportunity to pursue and solidify shared services agreements with our neighboring communities, the county, and the state. In my first year of office, I began working with the New York State Financial Restructuring Board. After much planning, I am prepared to make a proposal to the New York State Financial Restructuring Board to bring in state-of-the-art parking meters. These meters will not only be helpful as we grow our business district, but will enhance the needs for customer parking as well as increase the city's revenues. This is the fourth year in which I have stood before you with my proposed upcoming fiscal year budget. And each year I have looked at every line item with the taxpayer in mind. While some challenges have been met, others still exist. Planning for future development in the downtown area is critical. Continued economic development is a priority. We have, for the first time in 40 years, a comprehensive plan that will guide us with the direction needed for future development in the city of Dunkirk. On the human resources front, we will be negotiating 3 of the city's collective bargaining agreements in 2020. Based on input and feedback from the community, I am filling several positions in various departments that were not included in last year's budget. I have analyzed all departments and reviewed the service delivery expectations of our city taxpayers and feel the need to include these positions in the city's workforce accordingly. Along this line, I have listened to our residents' concerns about the management of the grass and brush site located on Lucas Avenue. While we are working with the Chadwick Bay municipalities to address this shared problem, I have included funds for a temporary solution and will be working with our DPW director to provide additional security of that area to prevent illegal dumping until a more permanent solution can be reached. In 2020, I will continue to look for ways in which the city government can function smarter and more efficiently. I'll work with the offices of the governor, our congressmen, our senators, our New York State senator, our New York State assemblyman, and the county executive, as well as other entities to secure funding for continued enhancement to our facilities and infrastructure. The city's workforce remains committed to providing quality services to our residents as we move forward and looking for ways to work more efficiently. 2019 saw the beginning of an employee training program. This program is ongoing and will continue to give the residents of this city confidence that we are in compliance with all federal and state mandated training programs, as well as job-specific technical and operational training. Once again, the city of Dunkirk remains under our tax cap. Our fund balance is in compliance with the generally accepted accounting principles and the General Finance Officers Association. And our proposed fiscal year 2020 budget is balanced. Ladies and gentlemen, we will not be raising water rates, sewer fees, or taxes this year. This budget process is not done in a vacuum. My gratitude and thanks must go to the department heads and the Common Council for their ideas and support throughout this process. I must also recognize and give special thanks to Marcia Beach, our Fiscal Affairs Officer. Marcia is dedicated and one of the most professional and knowledgeable Fiscal Affairs Officers that I've had the pleasure to work with. She has worked a tough schedule, and her knowledge of accounting principles and belief in fiscal responsibility are unmatched. I applaud her for her hard work and commitment to this effort. Additionally, I have asked each department head to make a comprehensive review of their needs and service requirements to ensure the most efficient and fiscally responsible services to the city's residents. Without the dedication of these concerned individuals, we would not be able to operate through fiscal strength and stability. This proposed budget will allow the residents of the city of Dunkirk to enjoy living, working, and raising a family in a community that is moving forward, and one that is rich in diversity and culture. Dunkirk is fast becoming the destination on the shores of Lake Erie, and one that each of us can be proud of. Since coming into office, I've been working hard to build relationships at the state capitol in Albany with the governor and his commissioners. This effort has proven to be beneficial to our city of Dunkirk. The city continues to receive attention in the form of financial support to address our infrastructure needs. And once again, Governor Cuomo has come through for the city of Dunkirk. I've worked closely with him, his administration, and the different commissioners in Albany. The governor continues to stand with this city, and he has listened when I have called. Today, I am pleased to announce, because of our city's high-quality drinking water and our pioneering regional North County Water District, that Governor Cuomo has chosen the city of Dunkirk as one of only 18 of New York State's over 3,400 active governments to receive approximately $600,000 from the State Health Department to accelerate removal of lead fittings in our water lines. We are already doing this as a precaution, such as with the new CDBG paid water lines on Hoyt Street and Seal Street. With the governor's special help, we can now remove the old lead lines on Baton Avenue and the 700 block of Washington Avenue, which will also get those areas freshly paved. I would not be able to stand before you telling you of the many wonderful things that are happening in our city or that are going to happen within the next year if it were not for our New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo. His assistance, including the $12 million in grants that we have received over the past 4 years, has been exactly what this city has needed in order to prepare us for the economic development that we are witnessing today. I thank him from the bottom of my heart. Another year without a tax increase is partly due to his financial support, and my gratitude is endless. My fiscal year 2020 proposed budget for the city of Dunkirk totals $24,671,628. This is a balanced budget taking into consideration revenues and expenditures, and does not call for an increase in the property tax rate, water rates, or sewer fees. The proposed 2020 budget includes the three major funds: general fund, waterfront, and wastewater fund. With this fiscal year 2020 budget, we will maintain the property tax rate without an increase, resulting in a millage rate of $17.25 per thousand of assessed value. As the mayor of the city of Dunkirk, I am proud to present this proposed city of Dunkirk fiscal year 2020 budget to the city council for their review and consideration. Thank you. At this time, I can open it up for questions.
Mayor, how does this budget differ from last year's budget? Any idea how much it's gone up or down, how it's changed?
Yes, that's a good question. The budget has changed, it goes up, and what people don't realize is that's a good thing. We have to present a balanced budget. Municipalities always have to present a balanced budget. So if we raise revenues, we have to show how we're spending it. So our expenditures will always go up when your revenues go up. And this budget is going up. Again, we have raised revenues in many different areas, but the brunt of it comes from, again, the relationship that we've built with the state. We are receiving more funding from the state than we ever have.
So any idea how much it's up?
Marcia.
Yes, it actually increased 3%, actually $732,867. And like the mayor said, it's basically due to all the infrastructure grants.
Right. And the tax levy, the tax rate's not changing, but is the levy going up or is it?
I would say no.
Levy is not going up.
So it remains the same and the rate remains the same. Okay. And you mentioned also in the budget message about filling positions. Any idea how many positions?
We're going to have 6 positions that were not included in last year's budget. Those 6 positions are in 3 departments, the fire department, police department, and DPW. And again, this is based on feedback from both the community as well as our mid-level supervisors. They report to our department heads who come to me with some of the issues going on, and when we feel we need more manpower to address some of the major issues, that's why these decisions have been made.
What's the latest on transition aid from Albany? Obviously, there is transition aid included in this proposed budget.
There is transitional aid included in this budget. We will have some transitional aid in 2021 as well. What we are working on now with the state is a plan to continue that transitional aid. We do have a feasibility study going on with the NRG, and that will dictate what we can put if we're going to repurpose that site there. So it's all working together because that transitional aid has helped us to do a lot of repairs that were needed, purchase more equipment that was needed. These are all things that we need in our city. We have not had to raise taxes to do all the repairs and upgrades that we're doing in the city, and we've been doing a lot of upgrades in the city. So I'm very proud of the past 4 years, what we've done. And the transitional aid, again, is something that we're going to try to see if the state will continue it. Again, we have raised revenues as far as the North County Water District. Again, our Fund 2, which is our water fund, has really improved. When I came into office, they were close to $1 million in the red. And they are now in the black. And also our Fund 3, which is our sewer, that wastewater fund is in the black also. So these are things that have been happening because the needs are increasing by the users. So that's raising our revenues as well. Okay, well, this concludes the presentation. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.